The Alpha RT is a serious upgrade for your Ceda. Let's check it out. Hey guys, Joe here from XFoxGames. Yeah, you know what? We have the Alpha RT kit. It's basically just probably the single-handed #1 update you can get when you want to update your, of course, your Ceda here. Out of the box, if you guys were kind of curious, this thing shot, I think it was like 80 or 90 FPS. And it's on the lower end when it comes to kind of the velocity of some of the new foam blasters that are out there. So, you know, it leaves a lot lacking. I mean, the looks, yeah, top-notch. The performance, you definitely want to upgrade it with something. And you can typically get both of these right here from a lot of different sites for about $100. So you get the actual kit, you get the gun, and it is rocking. Supposedly this thing makes it shoot about 130 FPS, which is going to be crazy, and it is a whole kit. Now, you can upgrade individual pieces if you like. I had some people on my other video ask, hey, you know, can we just update the spring? Can the internals hold it? And it can. I mean, you can just update the spring if you want to, make it, you know, harder. I would recommend a whole drop-in kit. This way you're really, you know, securing and reinforcing all the stuff that needs to be reinforced and secured with the new pressure of the new spring. So it is something to think about. I think the spring itself is really cheap. It's under 10 bucks. But this kit itself is, I think, about 50 or 60. I think it's about 50, but if usually you get them as a package, you get them as a little bit of a deal. So what I want to do is kind of, you know, go over this at, you know, kind of up close to kind of show you what you get, as well as some of the parts that you can get individual. This way, if you wanted to get this kit, or you're kind of curious or on the fence to see if it's worth it, maybe you just want to get certain individual parts of it. So let's switch things up a little bit here. Let's take a quick look at the kit, and let's see if it's something you guys want to get. All right, guys, so we switched stuff up here to give you guys a kind of a bird's eye view of what comes along in this RT kit, as well as for a lot of you guys, you know, where some of the stuff would go. We're not going to go over every single part since some of it's pretty basic, but removing a lot of this is actually very, very straightforward. So breaking down the kit to get to certain pieces, yeah, you basically have like 2 little retainer clips. So, I mean, I don't even know if I need to go over that, how to take it apart. But we're not going to put this all in today. I just wanted, again, go over the kit to kind of give you guys an idea for some of you who, you know, are kind of on the fence about this. Because, again, it is 50 bucks or 60 bucks depending on when you get it. And maybe it's an upgrade you guys want to do. So let's check out what's in here. Again, I got the Alpha RT. I do believe they have another upgrade kit that is not like quote-unquote top of the line, where it'll make it shoot like 100, 110 FPS and maybe not have cooler parts. I did see also some other kind of anodized aluminum parts you can get online, which I thought was kind of cool. So let's take a look here. So if we take a look here, it comes with some nice instructions. This is really nice because some of the kits that I've been getting lately did not have instructions inside them. So I really didn't know, you know, how to put some things together. And especially with a big involved kit like this will definitely go over some of the things that, you know, are, you know, you just need to know other than, you know, putting a barrel in or a spring in. So the instructions are pretty straightforward. There's 21. They all look great. I mean, all the stuff here, very straightforward. But I want to look at the actual parts itself. And one of the things that I noticed, especially when I looked at this, is some of these parts themselves look very similar to what I have inside my gun. But I think they're just a little bit thicker, a little bit better of plastic and, you know, higher grade. This way it can stand up to the kind of rigorous pressures of this spring kit. So, of course, you got the tube. You guys can try and check that out. We got the nice spring here. Oh, yeah, that's a much harder spring. I've taken the spring out once out of here. That is a much harder spring. That's not that bad. I'm going to stick this over here. Yep, you got the... Oh, check that out. Oh, man. That is awesome. Oh, gosh, that's gonna be sweet. Nice aluminum 1355 or 13/155. That is nice. An aluminum piece comparison to the plastic one that comes in the stock kit. Oh, yep. Got the plastic black one. So if you take a look at this, they look very similar, you know, when you kind of look at it. But this one kind of has this bezeled front, as you guys can kind of see, this bezeled front with this little kind of O-ring here, as well as a few O-ring kind of holes in the back. So this one feels a little more, it just feels a little thicker and a little better grade than the red one that comes in here. So that would sit basically like that. So you can check that out. Kind of cool, right? Kind of cool. Oh, they packed this thing pretty tight. So we do have, oh, if I can get this thing out of there. I can't seem to, there we go. Check that out, the little the trigger portion. Now, you know, it's up to you, right? Do you like the black or do you like the orange? I kind of like the orange, but I kind of like the black to make it a little bit of a kind of, I don't know, kind of like you know, like an assassin's thing. I don't know. You know, some of the stuff you don't have to put in, especially that. Of course, the receiver tube or whatever you call this thing. Check that out. I believe this is up here. Yeah, it's up here on the front, so you guys can kind of see that. So again, this is like a clear. This is like a really hard acrylic. This is like a little bit more of a, see, like I can't even bend that piece down here, and on this one I can bend it. So it's just a little bit higher quality, a little bit thicker. You know, the material that it's made of is just a little better. So that's going to go right up there, right inside that little kind of piece right there. So yeah, see, I can bend this. This, I can bend it a little bit, but not as much as I can bend that. So very cool. I think we already talked about this. No, we didn't. That is going to go right there. So this slides into this right here. You guys can already see it's like a clear one in this one, and this is going to go right in there. And then, of course, you know, if you guys didn't know, this piece, it's basically it's gonna swap out for this piece right here, inside here. And you can almost take this out. Again, this is a nice aluminum piece. This in here is, again, a kind of a plasticky, like, you can see it. I mean, yeah, I was pulling that out earlier, and I was like, eh. So this is a nice, just aluminum piece. Again, I mean, the quality, yeah, super great. So I'm gonna throw that back. Then, of course, we got the big main piece that sits up top here. So you kind of could see that. Now, you could see on mine, it looks almost identical. I almost think it is identical, just looking at it. Unless it's, I mean, yeah, I think it's almost identical, just looking at it. Unless it's thicker, I mean, just kind of looking at it, it looks about the same. It looks the same height, the same, I mean, everything. So I think that piece is the same. And I believe this is the same too. Just by looking at it, it looks like it is the same. So it looks like this has some decent updates on, I guess, stock. But, yeah, I mean, that looks exactly the same, unless it's thicker and I'm just not seeing it. I guess for those of you guys who have inserted one of these kits before, definitely let me know, because it looks the same. Everything on that side, it clicks in. Yeah, it all looks, I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. You guys are the pros out there. And, of course, the plunger tube. This, I can't really see mine. Mine is red. So I believe this is probably a little bit harder. So you got the red in there, as you guys can kind of see. You got the red right here. So I don't know. You know, we're going to see how this thing acts kind of pumped up. That's why I was kind of talking to you guys about if you just wanted to get the barrel, you know, in the extension for the front of the gun, I think that that's a good update, doing the spring, because some of this stuff is stuff that I already have. So updating some of this, you know, to the higher end components, maybe you don't need the full kit. I'm definitely going to do an FPS test on this thing to kind of see where it's at before and after. But if you guys remember, again, we only got, you know, it was not impressive out of the gate with this thing when we first started shooting it. So that's the actual kit itself. I just wanted to show some of you guys to kind of show you, again, what you get out of the box in case some of you guys were kind of on the fence. And the way that I'm seeing it is some of this is almost identical. I mean, I'm probably not going to switch the trigger. I'm probably not going to do this and this and this because it's all the same as what I have now from what it looks like. It looks like the plunger tube is very similar than what I have. And just there's only a few parts that seem to be a little bit different than what's on my stock gun already. So we're going to see if all this together really does the trick. Who knows, right? Maybe putting all this stuff together has a little bit more rigidity on it, and it's going to make it shoot very quick. Anyways, there you go, guys. Let me know what you guys think, or if any of you guys picked this thing up. Thanks again, Fox fans.